Hello everybody and welcome back to Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. The last time we played, we recruited Jack as well as getting Grunt, although we haven't woken Grunt out of his tank yet. Basically, we spoke to the Illusive Man and he told us that the Collectors were at Horizon, this colony that we've now come to, and we're battling against the Collectors. Just ran into this guy here, this mechanic, who's now basically staying behind so he doesn't get in our fucking way, and we're gonna continue forward.
To the left!
And I'm taking down the Scion. So the Scions are basically like disgusting, bulging husks that have like a lot of armor. Alright, we'll check in here. Some power cells. Dead collector here.
We can use this.
Biotic damage. Very nice. Okay. So we're good.
It's odd we haven't run across more frozen colonists.
Colonists loaded onto ship. Collector's nearly finished here. Need to hurry.
Alright, come up here. Wait for more stuff kind of lying around, I guess. $3,000 credits. Bypass the door. That was easy. Of course it has to be because it's like a main area. Go. Okay. Objective is back there. Oh, it's right here. Hold on a second, I sneeze.
Normandy, do you copy?
Joker here. Signal's weak, Commander, but we got you.
Edie, can you get the colony's defense towers online?
Errors in the calibration software are easily rectified, but it will take time to bring the towers to full power. I recommend a defensive posture. I will not be able to mask the increased generator output.
Collectors will respond with force to stop it.
Got any other helpful tips?
Just one. Enemy reinforcements are closing in. I suggest you ready weapons.
Oh boy. Alright.
I will show you true. We are the harbinger of your destiny.
Get ready. Need to fight.
Alright, let me switch to my sniper rifle.
Here, enjoy.
Ignore the fallen.
Bypassing fail-safes and attempting emergency power-up. Please hold a defense tower.
Alright.
Doubtful that enemy has withdrawn. Reinforcements likely.
Yeah, well, we gotta wait for him to get here.
Sequential power-up initiated. Guardian anti-ship batteries at 40%.
Reinforcements. Scratch one!
Assuming control. Continue. We are harbinger.
They threw my shields!
Anti-ship batteries at 60%. Seeking targeting protocols to Normandy systems. Continue to protect the tower.
That's what I'm doing.
Get ready. Gotta be more soon.
Oh boy, here comes one of these things.
Edie, we need that system online.
Forget me. Doesn't
New
matter.
Whatever it is, don't get too close.
Guardian anti-ship batteries at 100%. I have
Just looking to help.
go.
Don't let him get away!
There's nothing we can do. They're gone.
Half the colony's in there. They took Egan and Sam and Lilith. Do something!
I didn't want it to end this way. I did what I could.
More than most, Shepard.
Shepard? Wait. I know that name. Sure, I remember you. You're some type of big Alliance hero.
Commander Shepard, captain of the Normandy, the first human Spectre, savior of the Citadel.
Hello, Caden.
You're in the presence of a legend, Delan. And a ghost.
All the good people we lost and you get left behind. Figures. Screw this. I'm done with you Alliance types.
I thought you were dead, Shepard. We all did.
You don't sound too happy to see me. Something bothering you, Caden?
Yeah, something's bothering me. I spent the past 2 years believing you were dead. Thought we had something, Shepard. Something real. I loved you. Thinking you were dead tore me apart.
Well, I don't reciprocate.
Why didn't you try to contact me? Why didn't you let me know you were alive?
Not my choice. I spent the last 2 years in some kind of coma while Cerberus rebuilt me.
You're with Cerberus now. Garrus, too. I can't believe the reports were right.
Reports? You mean you already knew?
Alliance intel thought Cerberus might be behind the missing human colonies. I got a tip this colony might be the next one to get hit. Anderson stonewalled me, but there were rumors that you weren't dead, that you were working for the enemy.
Cerberus and I want the same thing, to save our colonies. That doesn't mean I answer to them.
Do you really believe that? Or is that just what Cerberus wants you to think? I wanted to believe the rumors that you were alive, but I never expected anything like this. You turned your back on everything we believed in. You betrayed the Alliance. You betrayed me.
What?
This isn't about me working for Cerberus, Caden. Something far more important is at stake. You saw it yourself. The Collectors are targeting human colonies, and they're working with the Reapers.
I want to believe you, Shepard, but I don't trust Cerberus. They could be using the threat of a Reaper to manipulate you. What if they're behind it? What if they're working with the Collectors?
Damn it, Caden. You're so focused on Cerberus that you're ignoring the real threat.
You're letting how you feel about their history get in the way of the facts.
Maybe. Or maybe you feel like you owe Cerberus because they saved you. Maybe you're the one who's not thinking straight. You've changed, but I still know where my loyalties lie. I'm an Alliance soldier. Always will be. I've got to report back to the Citadel. They can decide if they believe your story or not.
So long, Caden.
Bye.
Goodbye, Shepard. And be careful.
Yeah, go find another fucking hoe. I'm not your fucking, I'm not your little lovebird.
Joker, send
you
the
know?
shuttle to
I'm
pick
not,
us up.
I never
Not
loved
this
you. I
colony.
never will. And you can go fuck yourself. Like, in all honesty. I'm still upset about that, by the way. If you're wondering, I'm still mad. Biotic damage, nice. Health, nice. 60 grand. We're fucking Richie.
Shepard, good work on Horizon. Hopefully the Collectors will think twice before attacking another colony.
It's not a victory. We interrupted the Collectors, but they still abducted half the colony.
That's better than an entire colony, and more than we've accomplished since the abductions began. The Collectors will be more careful now, but I think we can find another way to lure them in.
Caden said the Alliance got a tip about me and Cerberus. Was that you?
I may have let it slip that you were alive, and with Cerberus.
You risked the lives of my friend, my crew, and that entire colony, just to lure the Collectors there?
A calculated risk. I suspected the Collectors were looking for you, or people connected to you. Now I know for certain. I told you I wouldn't sit and wait while the Reapers and Collectors gather strength. Besides, they would have hit another colony eventually, and without a way to predict which one, they would have abducted everyone.
I mean, it's true. I mean, why wouldn't they be looking? Why wouldn't the collectors be looking for me? Be a way to stop me so that because the Reapers know that I'm the one that can stop them. They obviously know that because of what happened back at the Citadel.
We have to make sure they don't abduct anyone else.
I want the Collectors stopped for that very reason. That's why we're doing this, Shepard. I'm devoting all resources to finding a way through the Omega-4 relay. We have to hit them where they live. Your team will need to be strong, as will their resolve. There's no looking back. The same goes for you. Can I assume you've put your past relationships behind you?
None of your damn business.
If it affects the mission, better you should leave it behind. Shepard, once you find a way through the Omega-4 relay to the Collector homeworld, there's no guarantee you'll return. To have any hope of surviving, you and your entire team must be fully committed to this.
Let me worry about them. You just find us a way to the Collector homeworld.
I just want to be upfront about your odds. You'll need everyone at their best. I've forwarded 3 more dossiers. Keep building your team while I find a way through the relay. And be careful, Shepard. The Collectors will be watching you.
I guess we're really gonna do it. Hit the Omega-4 relay. Take the fight to the Collectors in person. Looking forward to the action. After seeing what those bastards did on Horizon, though, makes you think.
They're powerful, but we've got a few tricks for them. If anyone can stop them, we can.
No argument there, Commander. Horizon just made it hit home. What we're doing, what we're up against. Gonna go take care of a little unfinished business. I imagine everyone else is, too. Getting some closure, you know?
So yeah, this is basically the time where we are able to now, we're now able to do like loyalty stuff. We have 3 more dossiers as well. Samara, Thane, and, well, I'm not gonna spoil that last one. Alright, so let's see here. Biotic damage. Yeah, it's only 1,000. That's 3,000. Our duration. Alright, prototypes, heavy skin weave. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff. So first of all, we'll go ahead and we'll talk to Morden.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Not at the moment. Think I've unlocked Collector interest in humans. Wait, no. Only 1 heart. Krogan have 2. Scratch that. Anything else?
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent... Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Got him. We'll be coming across their missions soon enough. Okay, let me get my cane back. Alright,
Commander.
Jacob?
Sorry I'm a little unfocused. Personal matter. It won't affect my duties.
Always have time for my crew. What is it?
As I said, it's a personal matter. I don't want to waste our time if it turns out to be a goose chase. But... well, I got pinged by a ghost the other night. Family.
I'm listening.
My private log got an update about the Hugo Gernsback, the ship my father served on. It sent an SOS last week, reporting a crash and requesting a rescue. Shepard, that ship went missing 10 years ago. I hadn't talked to my father for 3 years before that. I've buried everything but a body. I'm not convinced it isn't just some automated distress signal ticking over. It's been too long.
I'd think you'd be more excited that your father might be alive.
He wasn't around enough for me to have bad memories. It's an old, well-healed wound. But if he's actually alive and needs help, I also want to note that it's not normal procedure for distress calls to be routed to the Normandy. This was passed to my personal log through Cerberus filters.
Any signs that this is a Cerberus front? Who passed this to you?
I doubt the Illusive Man would let a direct operations stake hold this long. If there's a link, it's probably just about money. Cerberus needs diverse holdings to fund projects like, well, you. And whoever sent this my way covered their tracks. Someone could be fishing for favors, or thought it would get under my skin. Who knows with that bunch?
You didn't get along with your father?
He made no apologies, I'll give him that. You make a mistake, you own up to it. Even if you keep making it. Whatever problems we had were a lifetime ago. I've had 10 years to get to where I am. And as far as I know, he's still a ghost.
Tell me about the Hugo Gernsback and what it was doing.
Privately held frigate. I looked over the mission brief when it disappeared. Nothing stood out. Typical research and grab operation. Find an uncharted planet, stake a claim, and establish as large a presence as you can as fast as possible to shut out competitors.
I think we can spare the time. Pass the coordinates to Joker.
I appreciate that, Commander. I don't expect more than dusty old bones, but it'll be good to close the record.
So this is Jacob's loyalty mission that we have here. There we go. Let's let all these go. I don't know if he has anything else to talk about. Just want to get all these.
I hope we can clear up what's going on with the Gurn. Was there anything else? Just eager to get going.
I'm more interested in just talking.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
So yeah, basically we have his loyalty mission now. We got 2 points. Don't want to spend them yet. So yeah, stop the collectors. We got to assemble a team. We have Jacob, the gift of greatness. This is his loyalty mission. Miranda's loyalty mission, I believe. And then there's Tally, Samara, Thane, Shadow Broker. There's also another crew member that we'll be recruiting. That is, like I said, I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Tanks.
Praetorians, the big old floaty fucking bugs. Scion husks. And then also Arrival. It's the other expansion. So now we have a lot of stuff on our plate. And the thing that we're gonna do before we go and recruit more is do loyalty missions.
Shepard, the tank you recovered from Corliss indicates stable Krogan life signs inside. It is in the cargo bay should you wish to investigate.
Yes.
Incoming message from Admiral Stephen Hackett, Alliance HQ.
Commander Shepard.
Hey.
I need to discuss a sensitive matter with you privately.
I'll take this in my quarters.
Alright, Admiral Hackett. Miss you, bud. Haven't talked to you in a while.
Commander, thank you for your time. I'll keep this brief.
Of course.
We have a deep cover operative out in Batarian space. Name's Dr. Amanda Kenson. Dr. Kenson recently reported that she found evidence of an imminent Reaper invasion.
So why call me?
Just this morning I received word that the Batarians arrested her. They're holding her in a secret prison outpost on terrorism charges. I need you to infiltrate the prison and get her out of there. As a favor to me, I'm asking you to go in alone.
What's Dr. Kenson actually doing out there?
She's a deep cover operative, Shepard. We talk only when we have to. I'd heard she was investigating a rumor of a Reaper artifact in the system. Her last report said she'd found it.
What else can you tell me about the operative?
Amanda's a top scientist and Alliance agent working in Batarian space. It's a deadly assignment, and she's one of the few up to the challenge. She and I go back pretty far, Commander. I won't let her rot away in a Batarian torture camp.
I thought the Alliance denies the Reaper threat. That must be some proof she found.
Kenson's team found an artifact out in Batarian space. She believes it's a Reaper device, proof that the Reapers are indeed planning to invade. I've known her a long time. If she says she has proof, it's worth checking out.
The Batarians won't take kindly to the Alliance breaking into a secret prison.
This is not an Alliance operation. It's one person going in alone to save a friend. If it were an official mission, of course the Batarians would be upset. You keep this quiet, Shepard, and there's nothing to worry about.
I have a hell of a squad with me. I'm sure they'd help out.
Kenson is my friend. If the Batarians see a squad of armed soldiers, they'll kill her. This is serious, Commander. Go in with discretion, or don't go at all.
I'll make this a priority.
The prison is hidden underground and a Batarian outpost in Aratat. I'll upload the coordinates now. Once she's secure, confirm her discovery. We'll debrief you when you're back.
Got it.
Hackett out.
All right. So we also have some messages here. MSV Corsica, last known docking coordinates from Edie. Information acquired. Location coordinates, Jahari Station, Strabo System, Eagle Nebula. Data mining confirms the last reported location of merchant freighter MSV Corsica at the Jahari Station in the Strabo System. Possibility exists that clues pertaining to the anomaly that caused the mass malfunction of the mechs aboard Corsica can be found aboard the Jahari Station. An important request from Mr. Ganak Ijal, Esquire. Dear Sir or Madam, having consulted with my colleagues at the Ciladel, I have the privilege to request for your assistance to transfer a large quantity of Prothean technology uncovered at Ilos. Believing these materials to be hazardous danger, they were locked in quarantine. Even though the tests revealed that the fears were groundless, the quarantine remains in effect until one can pay for a permit to request a reclassification from the Cultural Ministry. Knowing of your interest in Prothean technology, I would be happy to deliver most of these to your hands, keeping less than half for myself as a Batarian. I cannot engage in council official activities. If you transfer the 20,000 credits required to me, this exchange can be made in your name, enabling us both to profit from this happy accident. Please urgently reply with your credit transfer account information. Best regards, Ganak Ijal. Sounds like a scam. Title Untitled, from Error Invalid Cinder Name. Hey Shepard, heard I have you to thank for getting out of purgatory. Sent a ship to round me up, but they didn't weapons check good enough. I'm gonna carve your name instead of mine into the next victim as thanks. Got anyone you need dead? Haha. You did take a shot at me though on my way out, so I have to kill you. You know how it goes. Dad taught me that you let anybody hurt you, they get ideas, so you make sure to send a message. Not like I'm sending now though. See you around. The people who live here are coming back and it's showtime. Look around for your name. I'll make sure to you find it before I find you, Billy. Alright. Fucking crazy dude that killed 20 people more than likely. Can you help? From Robin Reeve. Commander, the Alliance soldier here gave me this contact information. I hope this reaches you. You said you were trying to stop those collectors. They took my son and my brother. Have you found them? Do you know where they are? I know you're looking, but so many people are just gone. Every family lost someone. The children are the worst. Empty desks at the schools. Winter clothes that never got worn. Please, the Alliance isn't doing anything. The Council isn't doing anything. If you find our people, I'm begging you to do something. Please tell me something I can do. Tell me anything, Robin Reeve. And then Shadow Broker Intel to Shepard from Cerberus Information Processing. We're aware that your old friend Liara Tassoni has been hunting for the Shadow Broker for several years. We wouldn't mind helping her in that hunt given the broker's past work for the collectors. We recently uncovered some information that might give Liara a lead on where to find the Shadow Broker's base operations, but unfortunately she doesn't have much faith in Cerberus Intel. If you visit Ilium and pass it on to her as a gesture of goodwill, we'd appreciate it. Hell yeah. The Shadow Broker stuff, for Liara as well is great. Oh no, are all my fish dead? Oh, my fish died. I didn't come back and feed them. That makes me sad. I'll have to go buy some more fish. I was on Horizon. I did a couple missions. I did come up here to feed. See, that's what happens. You gotta take care of your fish. Yeah, I still like that the best. Okay. So, you know what? Let's change the color. About that. We do like a red. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. Makes me sad. My fish died. We'll have to make some stop-offs. Okay. Yeah, let's go back down here real quick. Well, actually, you know what? Let's actually go down to fourth deck. We'll talk to Joker last. Let's go down here. So yeah, here's the pod. Actually, let me go talk to Jack first. Just in case.
So Kenneth.
There's these two.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
To talk about. All right. So let's talk to Jack. Is there anything she wants to talk about thus far?
Hey. Tell me about you, Jack. What are you up to?
Still checking out your ship. Wouldn't mind putting her through her paces when you're not around.
I doubt Joker would appreciate that. At least not while we're working.
Relax. Joyriding doesn't have the thrill it used to. Besides, if I wanted it, I'd take it.
That's,
I've been around. Ran with gangs, wiped out some gangs, joined a cult. Kept the haircut. I learned how to survive and not be a victim.
It's hard to imagine you in a cult. That usually involves a lot of rules.
I was looking for answers. Drugs and sex and going to a better place. A better place, right. It was all about money. They wanted to take a colony, shake the suckers down to fund their spread, and guess who was their ace in the hole? They were just like the rest. Didn't give one shit about me.
What'd you do when you found out?
What do you think?
What'd you do when you found out?
What do you think?
It's hard to imagine you...
They were just like the rest. Didn't give one shit about me.
You must have met some good people, too.
Everybody wants something. And because of that, everything is fair game. Murder, assault, kidnapping, drugs, stealing, arson. Done it all. And that's the boring shit. Piracy, theft of military craft, destruction of a space station, and vandalism. That was a good one.
Military's a hard target. Bet that made you some friends.
Shouldn't have left the thing unlocked. Besides, parades are boring. I helped.
A space station? You're pushing what I can believe.
Ain't saying it was easy. Not everything is spur of the moment. Sometimes you gotta work to give people what they deserve. Had some people I hung with for a while. Outlaw colony. Felt like they were like me. Guess that made us a nice target. Turians think they know something about a scorched earth response. Fuck 'em.
You were a pirate, too?
Ties in with the kidnapping. If you hijack a passenger ship and don't kill everyone, anyway. Good lesson. Simpler to just kill them all.
I'm surprised you'd even mention vandalism in that bunch.
That's what the Hanar call it when you crash that space station I mentioned into one of their moons and make a new crater. They really liked that moon.
Do you ever wonder if you could have done things differently?
No.
Shouldn't you?
There's no reason I should be alive, but I am. You know why? Instinct. It's worked for me so far, and I'm not gonna change. Hey, Shepard. No one's ever asked me about this shit. It's strange to talk about. So fuck you. And thanks for asking.
See? I told you. She comes around. So fuck you, and thanks for asking. like I said, she's a great character. She's one of my favorites in this, just because of her, like, her attitude, and, like, she does have a softer side to her that, like, a lot of people normally wouldn't.
For Moo.
No, just wanted to see how you were doing, Zaid. Alright, so now let's go over here and, wake the beast.
The subject is stable, Shepard. Integration with onboard systems was seamless.
Can he see anything in there? Does he know where he is?
Unlikely. Current neural patterns indicate minimal cognition. Barring ship-wide power loss, the nutrients in the tank could sustain him for over a year.
Any idea how dangerous this guy is?
He is a Krogan, Shepard. If you were asking whether he is actively hostile, I don't have the necessary data to answer. Okir's technology could impart data, not methods of thinking. The subject may know of his views, but would not necessarily share them.
What can you tell me about this guy? Anything unusual?
The subject is an exceptional example of the Krogan species, with fully formed primary, secondary, and tertiary organs where applicable. No defects of any kind, aside from the genetic markers of the genophage present in all Krogan. I cannot judge mental functioning.
Stand by. I'm gonna open the tank and let him out.
Cerberus protocol is very clear regarding untested alien technology.
He's either a powerful addition to the crew or a time bomb. I'd rather deal with it now.
Very well, Shepard. The controls are online. The switch and consequences are yours.
Here we go.
Female. Before you die, I need a name.
I'm Commander Shepard, and I don't take threats lightly. I suggest you relax.
Not your name. Mine. I'm trained. I know things. But the tank, Okir couldn't implant connection. His words are hollow. Warlord, Legacy, Grunt. Grunt was among the last. It has no meaning. It'll do. I am Grunt. If you are worthy of your command, prove your strength and try to destroy me.
You wouldn't prefer Okir or Legacy?
It's short. Matches the training in my blood. The other words are big things I don't feel. Maybe they fit your mouth better. I feel nothing for Okir's clan or his enemies. I'll do what I'm bred to do. Fight and determine the strongest. But his imprint has failed. Without a reason that's mine, one fight is as good as any other. Might as well start with you.
I have a good ship and a strong crew. A strong clan. You'd make it stronger.
If you're weak and choose weak enemies, I'll have to kill you.
Our enemies are worthy. No doubt about that.
That's acceptable. I'll fight for you.
I'm glad you saw reason.
Huh? Offer one hand, but arm the other. Wise Shepard. If I find a clan, if I find what I want, I will be honored to eventually pit them against you.
There we go. So now we have recruited Grunt.
Shepard.
Anything in your tank imprints that can make use of the resources we found?
Might have something I could put together. Don't know how useful it will be.
Oh yeah, the Krogan shotgun.
Shepard.
Anything in your tank imprints that can make
Nothing else I can think of. I'm no tech. Enjoy what you got.
Did Okir give you any imprints about the Collectors?
I see blurry ships, guesswork about strength. Nothing to help pick a weak spot and tear. Okeer spent all his time on old hatreds. Whatever he had, it was used up when he made me.
Did Okeer give you any...
Whatever he had, it was used up when he made me.
What do you think about the crew?
Good bunch if they stay out of my way. Dead bunch if they don't. Train them good if you want to take on collectors. Some of these aliens are too smooth.
What are your thoughts about our mission?
I fight. Doesn't matter who for.
Just checking in. Making sure you're acclimatizing.
Humans talk too much. Like the tank. Come back later.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
Alright. So there we go. We have him. Alright, so now, we'll go to the crew quarters. Kasumi won't have anything to talk about.
There you are.
Life support. Alright, Miranda's office. Let's talk to her.
Shepard, I find myself in the unpleasant position of asking for your help. I don't like discussing personal matters, but this is important.
Miranda, you're one of my crew. Tell me what's on your mind.
You remember what I told you about Father? Building a dynasty? There was another reason I went to Cerberus for protection. I have a sister, a twin, and he's still hunting her. Cerberus has kept her safe, until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
So you think your father's tracked her down?
Precisely, Commander. My sources indicate he knows that she's on Ilium. I've tried to keep her hidden without impacting her life, but I'm out of options. He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
What do you know about your sister?
She's my genetic twin. We're identical, but she deserves a normal life, and she's going to get it no matter what.
Did your sister's family know about this? Are they okay with being relocated?
They know nothing. They're completely uninvolved. Normal. I told Cerberus, and they're coming up with a positive reason to move the family.
What do you need me to do?
My father is extremely persistent. I'd like to go to Ilium when Cerberus is moving the family to make sure none of his agents get too close. My contact's name is Lantea. She'll be waiting for us in a lounge near the Nos Astra docking bay.
Alright. So that's Miranda's loyalty mission.
I haven't had a meal that good in a long time.
I didn't think Rupert had it.
How can I help you, Commander?
Do you have everything you need?
Absolutely. Since you set up my kitchen with proper supply.
I won't take any more of
Back
your
to work.
Back to work. Maybe we can talk to Garrus.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm
wait.
in the middle of some
Talk to you later,
I'll be
Garrus.
here if you need me.
Not yet. We'll eventually, like I said, you just gotta check up on them and see if they want to talk. You know, just the way it is. Okay. And now we'll go back up to deck 2.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Thank you.
I saw the reports on Horizon, Commander. What you did was amazing. The report mentioned that Caden Alenko was there. How did that go?
It was good to see him.
Do you have strong feelings for him?
We had a job to do and we did it.
I understand. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Yeah, I got some Renegade option there just because of the fact that, like, it's just a strict, straightforward answer. But I'm sick and tired of people thinking I have feelings for Caden when I never did.
Hey, Commander. It's, pretty crazy the people you can run into out here, huh? I mean, it was probably a setup or something, but it was still good to see Caden. Staff Commander Alenko, wasn't it?
He moved on. I can't blame him.
Right, a mutual thing. I gotcha. Hey, you know, if you ever want to talk sometime, I hear Chambers is very good.
You're a real pal.
I'm there for you. Up here, with my things.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Shh.
Joker.
I can tell when it's listening.
I am always listening, Mr. Moreau.
I know.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
So there you go, a little bit. You always like comment on the missions you do and everything, so. Alright, well. Encrypted transition from the Illusive Man, Shepard. I see you awakened Okir's Krogan. A dangerous decision, but you've got free rein on this operation. If you're certain he'll be a useful member of the team, you've got my support. We need every weapon we can get in this battle. If this grunt proves unreliable and has to be put down, don't lose the body. He's based at least partially on collector technology, could offer useful genetic data. But again, you were in charge. About Horizon. Shepard, I'm sorry for what I said. I think this is Caden, right? We said back on Horizon, I spent 2 years pulling myself back together after you went down with the Normandy. It took me a long time to get over my guilt for surviving and move on. I finally let my friends talk me into going out for drinks with the doctor on Ciladel. Nothing serious, but I'm trying to let myself have a life again, you know? Then I saw you and everything pulled hard to port. You were standing in front of me, but you were with Cerberus. I guess I really don't know who either of us is anymore. Do you even remember that night before Ilos? Yeah, the night that I literally denied you to have sex with me because you thought that I wanted to fuck you when I never did. Because I had feelings for Liara. Yeah, that night meant everything to you, and maybe it meant as much to you. No, it didn't. It never meant anything to me. But a lot has changed in the last 2 years, and I can't just put that aside. Please be careful. I've watched too many people close to me die on Eden Prime, on Vermeer, on Horizon, on the Normandy. I couldn't bear it if I lost you again. If you're still the woman I remember, I know you'll find a way to stop these collector attacks, but Cerberus is too dangerous to be trusted. Watch yourself. When things have settled down a little, maybe, I don't know, just take care. Shut the fuck up. I'm regretting saving you. Should have saved a space racist. At least you wouldn't get on my ass about literally fucking everything. Fucking headset. Having audio issues. It's like my audio keeps going out on my left headset. Alright, here's that. Lair of the Shadow Broker. Alright, so the first things that we're gonna do is we are going to do the loyalty missions for Jacob and Miranda, because those to me are the most important. Zoom. Oh yeah, Horizon. We never even read about this place. A temperate world that's based on the sweet spot for carbon-based life. Horizon has a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere maintained by abundant indigenous photosynthetic plants and bacteria. While the native plants are not very palatable to humans, the soil conditions are such that a handful of introduced Earth species have flourished, and the colonists must take strict care to prevent ecological disasters. Genetically engineered Terminator seeds that grow nutritious but sterile crops to minimize outbreaks are a rule rather than the exception. Animals on Horizon appear to be exploding in diversity, similar to Earth's Cambrian period. Large flying insect analogs take advantage of the thicker-than-Earth atmosphere and low gravity to grow enormous. Microbial life has proven relatively benign. A series of vaccinations for the most virulent strains of soil-borne diseases is all that is required for a visit. Population 654,390. Colony founded 2168. Capital Discovery. Okay, we got Venture, a pressure cooker of a planet. Venture's thick nitrogen-based atmosphere is also the source of wealth for a small colonist industry. While Venture's high temperatures are brutal, the primordial soup is not as acidic as on other hothouse planets. And xenon can be readily collected and isolated from the lower troposphere by recovery bots. This xenon is then sold for use in ion drives and some electric lights. Venture's gravity is relatively low for a planet of its size, making the recovery more economical than would otherwise be expected. Prospect. Prospect is a hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant with 13 known moons, most of which have seemed to have dense heavy metal deposits on first scan, starting a resource rush by the colony from nearby Horizon. In a tragic turn of events, a galactic uranium surplus drove half the mining firms out of business, and the surface of some moons are littered with the bodies of executives who committed suicide by airlock. Today's mining corporations have reached a much more palatable equilibrium and hold more diversified and sustainable portfolios. Prospect is within the frost line of its solar system, where ice giants do not normally form. For this reason, it is believed to have been an extrasolar capture. Watchman. Perched on the outer systems of Lyra's smaller solar system, Watchman is a mid-sized rock and ice planet that has picked up a dozen moon-sized objects. Its nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere is too thin to support life, with solid ice covering its calcium-heavy rocky core. Footprints of the first surveying teams to come to the planet can still be seen on its practically airless surface. The planet, devoid of valuable resources, has seen few visitors since. Shadow Sea, so this is like its own thing. So probably a lot of these places, as you can see, we now have new places to go in certain areas here. That's why you kind of explore them first. Alright, so there's the abandoned station, help Miranda, give Liara intel, Ilium, Crescent Nebula. Alright, let's head to the Ciladel. I want to get some fish. If I can get more fish. I have $221,000. We have a lot of money. I'll be able to pick up some few extra gadgets. Big old grunt here. Let's take Grunt and let's take Jack. They both have never been here. Plus, Grunt could use the, we gotta upgrade his stuff. Alright, Shockwave or Pull? Let's do Shockwave. Alright, so Krogan Berserker, we'll get that up. Alright, so Pure Blood, Mastery of his Blood Rage increases other fantastic regeneration, letting him survive wounds that would kill a Krogan. Health plus 50, weapon damage 15. And health regeneration is 55 points per second. And then there's Warlord, which has the same health, but plus 10 weapon damage and 40 points per second on the health regeneration. Let's do that one. Increases weapon damage. Krogan Warlord, let's get that one. Custom shot, incendiary ammo, and then we'll give him incendiary ammo level 3. So he can have that. He can have the Claymore shotgun since that's what he gave us.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you board the shuttle with them. Can I help you, ma'am?
It's been a couple years since I passed through
After
here.
a few minor changes.
Thanks for your time.
Next.
It's just the same thing.
This recruits is a 20 kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight. Every.
Yes?
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
Okay, let's
Commander
see.
Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Ciladel.
Oh, hooray! Fishies! Shop over here.
I hear this is the best place for food on Zakara Ward.
You heard wrong. This is the best place for food on the whole damn system.
Alright, so now go down here. And we'll check out the shops down here. I think there's only the one, right? There's Serta and Ceronis. So this is
I'm Commander
Ceronis.
Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Squad bonus to, yeah, these are 75,000 apiece. What's on the other store? It's in Serta.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Oh, so metagel capacity. Yeah, let's do that. Support webbing. Fuck it. Why not? Damage protection or let's do the damage protection. With that. Alright, so now we'll go back up and go to the other side. I don't remember if there's anything in there to get. So he has one more thing that we can get when we get some more credits. So we have 113,000 now, and there's still some more ship models to buy. I mean, they're not that expensive, but after like big main parts of the story, like Horizon, there's like more stuff that gets unlocked. So basically, I just want to like go around and and get everything so that it lets me lets me get everything that I can. All right, we'll get that. Submachine gun damage. We'll buy that. We'll hold off. Well, you know what? Nah, we'll buy it. We have 8,000 credits. Fuck it, we'll get both of those. Okay. Want some more Jelani, bitch? Alright, take me back to the Normandy. So we only have one more thing to buy now here at the Ciladel. The 75,000 credits. Okay, we have this stuff. Let's see how much it's going to cost us and resources. 15. That's fine. Also 15. That's fine. Requires more platinum as well. That's also more platinum. Okay. Also, let's go to Omega. I don't remember if there's anything here for me to get. There might be a couple things. Okay, we'll just take no, let's take Miranda and Zaid. I think they'll both have some points. And Zaid has 4 points. Let's give him that. Miranda's 5. And she has Slam. Okay.
Miranda Lawson. I thought that might be you.
Hello, Ish. Long time no see.
I take it you've met each other before?
Jacob and I worked a mission with Ish a few years back. He helped us with some information.
One of my finer moments, I'd say.
Is this gonna be a problem?
I've worked with Ish a few times. He's a coward and a liar, but he's useful enough.
You need something?
Well, if you'd be so kind, I hoped you might consider a proposition. I need skilled, trustworthy people to take care of a little business for me. Nothing illegal, of course, but it's paying work.
I'm listening.
I'm in the information business, specifically the buying and selling of privileged material. It's nothing illicit. I just need someone to pick up packages in certain locations and bring them to me here.
What's your angle?
No angle. I'm a simple businessman. What do you say?
I can do that.
My contacts use specific drop points. I need you to look outside Merib's shop on the Citadel and inside Eternity on Ilion. Look around for anything that might hold a data package and bring those packages to me. Good seeing you again, Miranda.
A source reports that the attack on the human colony of Freedom's Progress is being investigated as a possible terrorist attack by dissidents from former council races.
Let's get everything we got from Kin Salvage. And here it's there yet. Right. Those shoulder pads. Alright, so we have pretty much everything here.
End is not.
Alliance military officials are having difficulty meeting hiring quotas, according to a new report. Since Eden Prime, an initial surge in patriotic enlistments was followed by a downturn, as the public became skeptical that the...
Come on, let me in.
Wonder if, what's her name has anything to, talk about. Aria. Aria?
What do you need? You should find a nice young man to keep you warm in the meantime.
I'm fine. Okay, so now that we've done all this,
Come on, let me in.
we have that quest to get those packages as well. We have a lot of stuff on our plate, basically. Alright, and now let's go to my quarters. My fish! My fish! Alright, so, yeah, let's get the boost pads. Increase our melee damage. I still like these ones better. Alright. Enjoy your food, fishies! So don't let them die again. Oof.
No messages for you, Commander.
Okay. Oops. So now that we've done that, and I've pretty much drained all of my money, which I know a lot of people will be like, oh my god, why? You only have $5,000 left. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Now we can, I think we'll help Jacob. help him first. Alright, so, what do we have here? Let's start on the outer planets. Goliath. A hydrogen helium gas giant, Goliath's orbit takes it near the system's mass relay, a useful event for drive core discharges and automated helium through refining platforms. Unfortunately, its orbit is currently taking it away from the relay and will continue this inconvenience for the next 3 galactic standard years.
Anomaly detected.
Job. Oh, hey. Job is a 2-moon habitable planet that is most well known for its mass extinction event. Thousands of years ago, Job was home to a primate-like spacefaring civilization as well as an abundant flora and fauna. Oh, maybe the same ape, the primate-like spacefaring ones that we discovered a couple parts ago. However, this can only be deduced from the time capsules put into the ground well outside habitation centers. All cities and detectable dwellings were targeted in massive orbital bombardment that turned them into vapor. The resulting dust shroud killed all photosynthetic life and fauna dependent on it. Today, humans will have recolonized the planet and are rapidly introducing their own species, beginning with cyanobacteria and heterotrophic bacteria, to bring a suitable level of oxygen and nitrogen for respiration. Travel advisory. Atmospheric pressure at sea level on Job is double that of Earth. Visitors with upper respiratory infections, emphysema, cancer, or history of thoracic surgery should consult their physician before landing on Job. Population 21,553,000. Colony founded 2171. Capital New Jericho.
Coming around for a second patrol, looking for survivors. Bastards didn't know what hit them. Coming around for a second patrol, looking for survivors.
Scans have found something.
Alright, anomaly detected. Mercenary activity detected on planet surface. Communications match Blue Sun's encoding protocols. Possible location for rumored site of illegal archaeological activity. Blue Sun's intentions unknown. Okay, well, let's take Garrus and okay, he's got 4. Let's give him Turian Rebel. Alright, so if it can be fired again, this uses weapon and power damage increases dramatically. Health plus 15, 25, weapon damage, power damage 25. Survivor, he gets more health, 5 more health, 18 weapon damage, 25 power damage. Let's give him Renegade. I forgot to get I forgot to do Mordant, but it's alright. Solarian Scientist, yeah, let's give him that. So, more technological breakthroughs further increase the strength of his shields. So, health 25, weapon damage 18, shields 25. Ballistic system shock trauma increases weapon damage. Let's increase his shields, I think he needs those more.
The flagship of the...
Thank you. Alright, retrieve artifact.
Typical.
just realized I don't have my incendiary ammo on. Okay, over here. Some Ezo, nice. But not a ton. So some Ezo. Yeah, I'll probably in between this part, next part, well, depending on how much money we get, I'll probably go and I'll do some mining, some of these systems and stuff.
Killed that one.
Credits. Okay, let's see here. Outgoing message request for aid. Commander Santiago, hope you're doing well. We require your services once again in the transport of ourselves, our equipment, and our recovered artifacts. I have dispatched our representative to meet with you regarding the details of the transaction. Given the sensitive nature of our cargo, we expect discretion in this matter. Dr. Farron, Chief Researcher, Exogeny. Dr. Farron, of course, you can count on us to offer you escort and transportation. We've sent men and ships your way in good faith. Commander Vito Santiago, Blue Suns. Yeah, I feel like we pulled up their end of the deal. Okay, well, let's go up here. Goodbye to that guy.
Concussive shot ready.
Okay. Got that Ezo there. PDA. Lieutenant Locke, once the artifact is secured and in transit, your orders to take your men and rendezvous with Captain Voorhis above the MSV Strontium Mule in the Aaron Larkin system in the Omega Nebula. Assist Voorhis with the capture if needed. Commander Santiago. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Prothean video log. More of this shit again. There's a collector. Alright, here we go. We got $7,500, a little bit of EZO. Not bad. Okay. Alright, we have Ms. Rame. A small gas giant, Ms. Rame is primarily hydrogen and methane around a rocky core. There is no remaining trace of civilization from Job on Ms. Rame itself, but debris orbiting the planet indicates that artificial satellites were once in place before being destroyed. And Laban. Laban is a desert world with sea upon sea of scorching hot iron oxide wearing away marbleized cliffs. Its atmosphere is thick and layered with significant levels of oxygen trapped under a upper helium layer. Initially, surveyors detected traces of iridium from orbit, only to find a surprising archaeological discovery. The iridium came from bunkers on the surface, blown apart by Dreadnought-class weapon. The logical conclusion was that the civilization on Job had reached Laban, and its outposts here were destroyed to make their extermination complete. Somebody had it out for this primate species. Okay, so go here to Alpha Draconis. $2175 AR2. While still formally unnamed, this planet is a hydrogen helium gas giant with 21 moon-sized objects. 2175 Aya.
Detected an anomaly.
Named after a sorry scientist, this remote planet appears to have been on the list of forbidden mass relays that led to uncharted space. The little data available comes from one far-off probe flyby that reports 2 planets orbiting a white dwarf star. Your own scans yield far more interesting results. The planet is within the habitable zone of the star. It has oceans of liquid water and a thin nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere consistent with carbon-based plant life. It is possible this is an as-yet unexplored garden world.
Launching probe.
Well, it's got EZO, so I think we're gonna scan this.
Launching probe.
Unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV Hugo.
I have found something.
Okay, so let's start back where we were. We're gonna scan the rest of this planet.
Launching probe.
So I could actually use some resources.
Launching probe.
Go.
Launching probe.
Yeah, some planets will just have EZO on them, even though it doesn't say. That's why it's a good idea to just go through and scan all the planets. Like I said, a lot of that stuff is probably going to get taken care of off camera, just because of
launching probe.
You know, you had to sit here and just watch this for like an hour. It would just be super boring. Oh.
Probe away.
Oh, that's a lot.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
Or I believe there's like one more out there that we haven't gotten.
Probe away. Probe launched.
Something there.
Probe away.
That's gotta be it. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and check this planet out as well. Okay, well this is a poor planet, but let's
Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
There we go.
Probe away.
Semi-good.
Probe away.
Because typically what I'll do is I'll just like listen to my iPod while I go to these different places, and I'll...
Probe launched.
I'll just like cut these systems, or I'm just like
Probe launched.
scanning planets for like a couple hours, pretty much.
Probe launched. Probe away.
There we go. All right. So now we'll land here. Of course, you have to take Jacob, and we'll take Garrus. It's 5 points. Give him this. He can increase his health or weapon damage. Let's do weapon damage, shall we? Tropical world.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
All right. Well, that's the plan. Find stuff. Here's
There
the
it
ship,
is, and
crashed.
mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years. Looks like it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Along with this anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
Repeat, toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time, 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
Alright, let's check in here. Partial crew logs.
She even threatened to report if I didn't stop sending messages. Now she's so innocent. They all are. That look she gives when she smiles. It's sure easier now. What's the harm? We're stuck here.
Uh-oh. Well, that guy was gonna do something.
Expect the luxury of due process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him.
Alright, $3,000. Go. Alright, doctor's log.
What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne? My God, I can't remember. I can't remember her face. We need to get out. So I can remember. Can think straight. They have to hurry.
Sounds like everybody here was distressed. I mean, obviously, it's like crashing would be distressed.
Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Who is in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
So basically, after they crash here, they had to have something to eat, right? So they were eating the local, plant life and stuff, and obviously caused problems with their brain.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours, following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback. Activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Come on, let's get going.
My father had a working beacon, but didn't signal for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
It must have after so long.
Maybe it did.
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them. So they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Watch out!
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape! Hostile!
Oh boy.
They didn't have neural decay. They were insane.
You killed them, but there are more every day. They want to fight, but I just want to go home.
She's lost it. We need to find someone who can make sense of this.
Alright. Zero parts. Credits. Alright, well we got some people who are trying to kill, they're trying to kill each other, obviously.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
Hello.
Huh. They're from the same group as the ones that attacked us, but these are docile.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently. Makes males get violent.
Possibly, but the female on the beach said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop.
I don't know, this is some like Lord of the Flies shit
Look
right
at
now.
these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
He keeps us, protects us, and the hunters will kill.
He is bad. He has a bad face like the other. Like him. You'll hurt me.
Taking heavy fire! Weapons are forbidden.
We got mechs.
Shoot without question. Not exactly a long-term discipline solution.
Well, that would make them hate him. Maybe it was just...
Please, here. You could end it. You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
He wasn't command material and it got to him. Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
It didn't stop there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers, like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out, but they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
Does it say why he separated the men and women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard? I don't see any justification.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
Alright, well...
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. I only just got free.
The old corpse was posed, like a warning. The new ones were left where they fell.
The hunters started fighting back. Hide the head!
Careful, I automated my defenses after the crew turned violent. They keep attacking. I had no choice.
We know that that's not true.
Victims.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah!
Oh, my bags are automated. They won't stop. Oh, yeah, well.
We can use this.
Just damage.
He had his fun, and now he wants out. Nice trip. Gotta hurt.
Rescue you.
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
Heads up!
I've got him!
Fire.
Alright, everybody stand back.
Enough with the toys. I need to look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
Yeah, we mass extinction evented all those people and that robot. Really stand back, I got a nuke gun. Okay. Some EZO, where's that? Oh, is it this right here? Nice. 500, nice. $2,400. There he is. Anything else lying around here? Alright.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've gotta have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. Toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you are acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No. Not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
I'm not unreasonable, Captain, but 10 years? What happened?
God damn it! Why did you do this to your crew?
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down. Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end one day.
Dining for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and joining the droolers. That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not, I'd feel it if they got their hands on me now. They want blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
What triggered the males to change and threaten you?
This planet has some strange cycles to it. I've seen some plants around I never saw before. Odd weather. Maybe some just adapted a little too well.
And if you treat them like animals, big shock. They become animals.
You didn't feel any responsibility to get out of here for the sake of family?
I gave him a good start. He was a smart kid and was better off not following me. We figured that out a long time before I took jobs in deep space. And after things escalated here, it seemed best to just disappear off the galactic map.
Till you needed someone to save your ass.
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
We'll secure him for an Alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
I'm 10 years past believing that.
Yep, there you go. Level up. About that. So Jacob has a barrier now. New outfit for him. Up and upgrade for the heavy pistol. 27,000 bucks. 500 ESO.
Alliance ships are inbound to secure Captain Taylor and his crew, Commander. We'll be long gone by the time they get here.
Don't even give them the tail lights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did, but I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine. You didn't forward it. So who did?
I did.
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
Oh. Miranda did it for his sake. She cares about him. That was kind of her. Give him some closure.
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor can rot in prison. Doesn't change who I am or what I know. I've already mourned the man he used to be. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this.
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
Come on, we got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard, thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
There we go. Alright, so Tech Lab, we got heavy pistol damage. Yeah, we'll do that as well. Emergency shielding. Yeah, retrain powers. Good for now. I got 4 points, so let's see here. Yeah, let's do the incendiary ammo up to level 4. So you get squad incendiary ammo. I think I'm gonna do inferno ammo. So yeah, lasts until overridden by another ammo power. Fire damage 60% of weapon damage over 3 seconds. Blast burst radius 3 meters. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And we're into the 4th bar now of Paragon. Morden, old blood. Talk to Morden. So there we go. There's stuff that we can do for Morden and Jack. So let's go ahead and talk to Morden.
Shepard, important news. Know you're busy. Have to deal with the collectors. Planning attack. Too important to wait. Just receiving data. Still processing, analyzing likely scenarios. Not sure how to begin. Too much intel. You remember our talk? My work on genophage modification?
You stopped the Krogan adaptation to the genophage.
Part of a team. Scientists, all different types. Blood Pack mercenaries captured former team member. Malin, last seen on Tuchanka, might torture him, make an example. Recovering Malin would be a personal favor to me.
Do you think they found out your team updated the genophage?
Unclear. No way to determine until we get to Tuchanka.
We'll go to Tuchanka and see if we can find your team member.
Appreciate it. My assistant, my student, want to see him safe. Malin last seen outside Erdnot territory. Scouts might have seen Bloodpack. Talk to them or clan chief.
Alright, there we go. Jacob now. He's loyal. Gotta go feed my fish. Don't want my fish to die. Hello, fishies. There you go. Oh yeah, we also have the Sovereign now, as you can see. We still have room for 1, 2, 3, 4 ships? Something like that. Oh yeah, there's my hamster as well, my gerbil. Space hamster. So yeah, basically we have here, so these are like, the main stuff. That's the one I'm not going to talk about. There's Thane, Samara, Tally, loyalty of, yeah, some loyalty stuff. Thresher Maw thing. And incinerate the armor of 25 enemies. So basically you have to use like incinerate. So like Morden, for example, is the person you would take for this to incinerate the armor. 15 to 25, we have 10 more of that, disrupting the shields. That's like Garrus. Multiple biotic powers to combine effects. I don't remember what the combinations are to that. Oh yeah, warp, barriers. So like the collectors, they have the barriers. You warp 25 of those. Fully upgraded weapon, we're 5 out of 7 on that one. Shadow Broker stuff, yeah. Establish a romantic relationship, yeah. Technically, if I had done the romance with Kaden, it would have carried. I could have carried it over to this, and that would have like. So, this is gonna be my second playthrough. I have a second playthrough of Mass Effect 1. Yeah, I finished Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 with the same character. Easy enough. We're getting close to that. Yeah, and then that's the final mission for Mass Effect 2. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole basis. Yeah, there's the relic. Forgot about that. There's our relic. Our old helmet from when we died. Alright. Well, our fish got some food. Yeah, this ship gets only cooler in Mass Effect 3. We have like a war room later on down the line. So, alright, so let's go down and talk to Jack. Get her mission.
I got thoughts like little bugs crawling in and out of my head. I can't stop them. You know I have a history with Cerberus. You know how far back it goes?
I'll listen to anything you have to say, Jack.
Your pal, the Illusive Man? Never seen him before, but Cerberus raised me. First thing I remember is my cell door in a Cerberus base. They did experiments, drugged me, tortured me. Whatever chance I had to be normal, they stole it by trying to turn me into some superbiotic. The doctors, the other kids, every one of them hated me. They let me suffer.
There were other children in the base?
I didn't know much about them. I was kept separate. They hated me just like everyone else there. When I broke out, I had to fight through them all. I showed them, but there's a loose end I need to deal with.
How did you get out of there?
There was some kind of emergency, and I made a break for it. The other kids came out of their cells and attacked me. So did the guards. I just killed everything in my way and ran. Guess my biotics had developed faster than they thought. I managed to get a shuttle off the ground. Drifted until a freighter picked me up. The crew used me, then sold me. That's my uplifting escape story.
What did they hope to gain by torturing a little girl?
It was something about pain breaking down mental barriers and how it might clear the way for a more biotic power. I'm sure there was a payoff due at some point, but I wasn't gonna see it. I was wired up in a cell.
They tortured you just to see if they could make a strong biotic? That's it?
Wasn't in a position to ask, Shepard. All I know is a little girl crying in a cell, begging for the pain to stop.
You loved the power they gave you.
They never gave me a choice.
You're absolutely certain that Cerberus was running the facility?
I was a kid, but I wasn't dumb. I know how to listen. It was Cerberus. Don't care how far down the chain it was. They thought they were so clever. Turns out, mess with someone's head enough and you can turn a scared kid into an all-powerful bitch. Fucking idiots.
I'm going to talk to the Illusive Man, and he'd better have some answers.
He'll just deny everything. That's not what I'm after anyway. I found the coordinates in your files. I want to go to the Telton facility on Pragia where they tortured and drugged me. I want to go to the center of the place, my cell. I want to deploy a big fucking bomb, and I want to watch from orbit when it goes.
Attacking our allies is going to derail our mission. Not a smart move.
The files say it was shut down after my escape. It's been abandoned for years. They going to care if I blow up a garbage dump?
You've lived with this your whole life. Why do this now?
Like I said, I found the coordinates in your files. You can't expect me to just sit on information like that.
I'll set a course for Pragia.
I owe you, Shepard.
Alright. So now we have Jack's mission.
Did you hear?
What can we do for you, Commander?
Carry on.
Okay.
Will do, Commander.
They do have more stuff to say, but I think it's after we have Tally here. Okay, Zaid. And then, let me see here. Can talk to Grunt at all.
Shepard.
Just checking in. Making sure you're acclimatizing.
The hold is too open. Not enough cover. Armor is limited. Warlord Grant would target here to scatter heavy cargo, then focus on engines. That's what tank imprints show about human ships anyway. It's how I learned from the tank. Old pictures where memory is. Like holding a book for a child. Just remember this picture after picture. No help with finding a reason to care.
What other human info's floating around in there?
Less than a finger deep to sever your spine. You're soft. Solarians, Asari, all soft. Quarians, not so much. Turians, you have to work the blade, I guess. Don't see much point to it, though. Much point. Never mind.
Something must move you. You're as genetically Krogan as you can get.
I see suffering, the dead, and I think weak. I'm supposed to be strong. My guts were grown from thousands more worthy. The dead were weak. If they were strong, I wouldn't be needed. I don't know why Okeer started teaching. When he turned on the tank the first time, I screamed. Weak, pitiful.
So you started small, but you became what you are. Not everyone gets that chance.
I'm built for strength, but didn't earn it. I just am. Those dead were strong enough to try, even if they lost. The perfect Krogan, ignoring what made me. No strength in that. I'll take another look at what happened to the Krogan. Find a reason to care about it.
So there we go. That's our first good conversation with Grunt. And yeah, so now I think that we'll leave it off for there. I think what we'll do next time is when we come back, we will talk to Garrus, see if he has anything that he wants to talk about. But basically, we have Morden and Jack and Miranda's loyalty missions that we will do for all of them. And then basically, we'll probably then go and recruit all the rest of our, like, people. But I don't know, maybe we'll recruit these guys first. We'll just have to see. We still have the MSV Strontium Mule to get, and these packages, all this other stuff. Those will, you know, fill time. So, yeah, I think that's what we'll do next time. We'll talk to Garrus. We'll talk to Joker, see if he has anything to say, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do next. So, yeah, take care, everybody. I will see you all on the next one. Goodbye.